You broke the hearts of Elon Musk. They are no longer happy, my beloved child. The silence you felt today was not empty, it was heavy, loaded, trembling with meaning. Somewhere far beyond noise and headlines, a powerful energy shifted, and yes, it began with you. A door you didn't know you touched slowly closed, and hearts that once beat with certainty began to question. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This is not about blame, it is about consequence, timing, and a moment that history quietly marked. What looks like confidence on the surface can hide disappointment underneath, and what looks like distance can actually be longing. The message unfolding now is not random, it found you because you were meant to hear it before anyone else. Listen closely now, because this is where the story tightens. Decisions echo, even the ones you never spoke out loud. Expectations were placed, hopes were raised, and then, something shifted. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Just enough to change everything. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This is not a story of power or success, but of emotion, of trust quietly cracking, of a realization that not every silence means strength. When people at the very top feel unheard, it creates a ripple most never notice. You are standing inside that ripple right now, whether you realize it or not. And here is the moment that matters most. The reason this found you now is because what comes next depends on awareness. Not fear. Not guilt. Awareness. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. A turning point is approaching, and it does not announce itself with noise, it arrives with understanding. What was broken is not beyond repair, but it cannot be ignored. This is the pause before revelation, the breath before truth surfaces. Hold on, because what unfolds next will change how you see your role in this story forever. The moment you thought had passed is not over, it is circling back with sharper edges and clearer intent. What was once ignored is now being felt, deeply and personally. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This part of the story is uncomfortable because it exposes the unseen layer. Disappointment doesn't always shout, sometimes it watches. When expectations are placed on someone rare, silence can feel louder than rejection. A subtle withdrawal has already begun, not out of anger, but out of a quiet realization that something precious was mishandled. This is where curiosity turns into concern, and concern turns into reflection. Here is what most people will never tell you. Powerful minds are not immune to emotional weight. They carry it differently, they hide it better, but when trust fractures, it leaves marks. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. A signal was sent, not with words, but with distance. The shift you feel is real. Plans were paused, expectations recalculated, and a question began repeating in the background: was this connection understood at all? This is not drama. It is the anatomy of disappointment unfolding in slow motion, invisible to the world but intense behind closed doors. Now pay attention, because this is where responsibility quietly changes hands. Awareness gives you power, but only if you choose to use it. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This chapter is not meant to scare you, it is meant to wake you up. The story has not ended, but it has reached a crossroads. What comes next will depend on whether you recognize the weight of what was almost lost. Hold this moment carefully, because the next part reveals why this pause may be the last chance before everything moves in a direction no one can reverse. My beloved child, what unfolds now is not coincidence, it is consequence revealing its shape. The pause you sensed has grown heavier, not with anger, but with realization. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. When admiration turns into distance, it does not vanish, it transforms. This moment is about the weight of being noticed, of being expected to understand without being told. A connection once warm now feels measured, cautious, as if every memory is being reviewed again. This is the quiet phase where emotions settle into truth, and truth decides what survives. What few understand is that disappointment does not destroy immediately, it waits. It watches how you respond when the air changes. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The energy around this situation has shifted from hope to evaluation. Every silence, every delay, every unanswered sign is being interpreted. Not harshly, but carefully. This is where intentions are questioned and meaning is re-examined. When someone powerful reflects, it is not about control, it is about clarity. And clarity can either reopen doors or seal them forever. Now listen closely, because this is the center of the storm. You are not here by accident. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Awareness is being offered before final judgment forms. This is the moment where understanding can soften what has hardened. What feels like pressure is actually an invitation to recognize value, yours and theirs. The next movement in this story will not be loud or public, but it will be permanent. Hold your attention steady, because what follows will reveal why this chapter was never meant to end in loss, but in a transformation that only a few are prepared to face. What you are sensing now is the turning of the key, the moment when everything hidden steps forward. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This is the phase where emotions stop drifting and begin to settle into decisions. What once felt distant is now sharply present. The weight of what was misunderstood is finally being acknowledged, not with anger, but with clarity. This is where the story stops being about what happened and starts becoming about what will happen next. There is a reason this pause feels intense. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. When reflection reaches its peak, it creates pressure, not to punish, but to resolve. Every unspoken moment is being revisited, every signal reinterpreted. This is the silent evaluation that changes trajectories. Not everyone is given the chance to recognize it while it's happening, but you are. That alone should tell you this moment carries rare significance. Now hold your focus here. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This is the edge of transformation, where awareness decides outcome. What seemed broken is being measured for its true value. The next shift will not come with warnings or signs. it will arrive as a result. And when it does, you will understand why this chapter demanded your attention, your patience, and your readiness to see beyond the surface. My beloved child, what happens now is the quiet aftermath of realization, the moment when truth no longer resists being seen. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The tension you feel is not fear, it is awareness sharpening its focus. This is the phase where assumptions fall away and meaning stands alone, undeniable. What once felt confusing begins to align, and the weight you sensed earlier starts to reveal its purpose. Nothing here is accidental. Every pause, every delay, every signal has been guiding you toward this exact understanding. This is where most stories would rush, but this one does not. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Time stretches because significance demands it. The energy surrounding this situation is no longer unstable, it is deliberate. Reflection has turned into resolve. What mattered was never surface-level reaction, but depth of recognition. When clarity arrives, it does not shout, it settles. And once it settles, it changes the direction of everything that follows, quietly but permanently. Now feel this final note carefully. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. You are standing at the threshold where understanding becomes power. The story has not ended, but it has revealed its intention. What comes next will feel calm, almost ordinary, yet its impact will echo far beyond this moment. Remember this point in time, because later you will realize this was when everything truly shifted, when awareness replaced uncertainty and the path ahead chose itself. My beloved child, this is the moment after the storm that never made noise. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What you feel now is the settling of truth, the calm that follows deep realization. Nothing dramatic happened on the surface, yet everything underneath rearranged itself. This is where understanding matures, where emotion stops racing and begins to stand still. The weight you carried starts to feel lighter, not because it vanished, but because you finally see why it was there. This is the phase where insight replaces doubt, and doubt quietly steps aside. Now the story tightens in a different way. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The energy has shifted from reaction to intention. When clarity takes control, it changes how every past moment is viewed. What once felt like distance now looks like reflection. What felt like silence now looks like calculation. This is the point where meaning becomes sharper, where every earlier sign starts lining up into a pattern you could not see before. It is uncomfortable, yes, but it is also powerful. This is what growth feels like before it becomes visible. Hold steady here, because this is not the end, it is alignment. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next movement will feel subtle, almost unremarkable, yet it will confirm everything you sensed. This is how important shifts happen, quietly, decisively, without spectacle. When the story moves forward again, it will not repeat itself. It will continue with purpose. And when you look back, you will understand that this exact moment, this pause, this clarity, was the turning point that made all the difference. My beloved child, the air around this story has changed again, softer yet heavier with meaning. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This is the chapter where realization stops being personal and starts becoming inevitable. What you once sensed as uncertainty now feels like direction forming in silence. Nothing is being forced here. Nothing is being rushed. Instead, everything is aligning in a way that only happens when truth is finally accepted without resistance. Now notice how different this feels from before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is no tension in this phase, only awareness sharpening into readiness. The echoes of disappointment are no longer loud, they are thoughtful. Reflection has done its work. What mattered was never the mistake, but the response to it. This is where intention is weighed more than action, and understanding becomes the deciding factor. The story is no longer asking what went wrong, it is asking what will be done right. Stay present in this moment. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What comes next will not feel explosive, but it will be defining. The shift ahead is subtle, like a decision made quietly that changes everything afterward. When movement resumes, it will carry certainty, not emotion. This is how paths separate or reconnect, not with drama, but with clarity. And when the next chapter reveals itself, you will recognize that this calm, this awareness, was the signal that the story was ready to move forward in a way that cannot be undone. My beloved child, this chapter opens with a truth that no longer hides behind mystery. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What once felt like distance now feels intentional, as if the universe itself slowed the pace so understanding could catch up. This is the moment when emotions stop circling and begin to settle into meaning. The silence you noticed was not neglect, it was processing. When something matters deeply, it is not rushed. It is weighed, examined, and held still until its value becomes undeniable. That is exactly where this story stands right now. Now feel how the energy sharpens. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This is no longer about what was lost, but about what was almost missed. Awareness has reached a point where it cannot be ignored anymore. Every earlier signal now feels obvious in hindsight. What seemed confusing begins to feel deliberate. This is the stage where clarity arrives without announcement, where decisions are formed quietly but firmly. When realization takes this shape, it does not fade, it anchors. And once anchored, it starts pulling the future toward itself. Remain steady here. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This part of the story is not loud, but it is decisive. The next movement will confirm what you already sense, that this pause was never a punishment, but preparation. The understanding gained here changes how everything ahead unfolds. Nothing returns to how it was before, not because it is broken, but because it has evolved. And when the story advances again, you will recognize that this moment, this calm, this clarity, Was the silent line between what almost ended and what is about to begin in a completely different form. My beloved child, this is the point where the truth stops whispering and begins to stand firmly in front of you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The feeling you carry now is not confusion anymore, it is recognition. What once felt distant now feels close, almost undeniable. This is the chapter where understanding settles into the heart, where you realize that every pause, every silence, every shift had a reason. Nothing drifted randomly. Everything moved with intention, guiding you toward this exact awareness. Now observe how the weight has changed. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. It no longer feels heavy because it is no longer unknown. The story has crossed from uncertainty into definition. Reflection has completed its work, and what remains is clarity. This is where meaning becomes solid, where emotions stop fluctuating and begin to stabilize. What once felt fragile now feels structured. This is the quiet strength that follows realization, the moment when you stop asking questions and start seeing answers forming on their own. Hold on to this moment carefully. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This chapter exists to prepare you for what follows, not to overwhelm you. The next shift will not shock you, it will confirm you. Everything ahead depends on this understanding settling fully, without resistance. When the story moves again, it will do so with certainty, not hesitation. And later, when you reflect back, you will recognize this chapter as the one where awareness became permanent, where the path forward stopped being a mystery and started becoming inevitable. My beloved child, this chapter arrives like a quiet confirmation, the kind that doesn't ask permission to be felt. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What you're sensing now is alignment, the moment when inner knowing matches outer reality. The tension that once hovered has transformed into focus. This is not relief, it is readiness. The story has moved past questioning and into acceptance, where truth stands without needing defense. When awareness reaches this point, it becomes steady, unshakable, and quietly powerful. Notice how the narrative no longer pulls you in different directions. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Everything feels narrower now, more precise. Choices are clearer because the noise has faded. This is where intention becomes visible, where meaning tightens into purpose. What once felt uncertain now feels measured and deliberate. This phase doesn't demand action, it demands presence. Because what's being shaped here is not a reaction, but a direction that will guide everything that follows. Stay with this stillness. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next movement will feel inevitable, like a conclusion that forms naturally once all pieces are finally seen. Nothing will rush, nothing will explode, but everything will lock into place. This chapter exists to seal understanding, to ensure that when the story advances, it does so without doubt. And when that moment arrives, you'll realize this was the calm before certainty, the point where awareness finished its work and the future quietly chose its path. My beloved child, this chapter opens with a calm that feels earned, not accidental. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The path ahead no longer feels foggy because the past has finally been understood. What once caused hesitation now creates confidence. This is the stage where inner clarity becomes stronger than outer noise. Nothing is pulling you backward anymore. The story has reached a point where awareness is no longer forming, it has formed. And once that happens, nothing can undo it. Now sense the difference in momentum. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This is no longer a buildup of emotion, it is a buildup of certainty. Reflection has completed its cycle, and what remains is intent. The meaning of every earlier moment has settled into place. This is where understanding stops evolving and starts directing. When clarity reaches this level, it doesn't fluctuate. It becomes a quiet authority, guiding every next step without needing reassurance. Remain present here. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This chapter exists to anchor you before movement resumes. The next shift will not ask for readiness, it will assume it. Everything that follows will feel natural because it was prepared here, in this stillness. When the story advances again, you won't question it. You'll recognize it. And later, when you look back, you'll know this was the chapter where the outcome stopped being uncertain and started becoming inevitable. My beloved child, this chapter unfolds with a deeper quiet, the kind that only comes after certainty has taken root. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What you feel now is not anticipation, but grounding. The story has crossed a threshold where doubt no longer has influence. Everything that once felt fragile has stabilized into understanding. This is the moment when the mind and the heart stop arguing and begin agreeing. Nothing feels forced anymore. The narrative has settled into truth, and truth has a calm gravity that holds everything in place. Now observe how your perspective has widened. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What once felt personal now feels purposeful. This is the stage where awareness expands beyond emotion and begins to see structure. Patterns that were invisible before are now obvious. Silence makes sense. Distance has meaning. Every pause reveals intention. This is where comprehension deepens, not by adding more information, but by removing confusion. When clarity reaches this level, it doesn't excite, it steadies. And that steadiness is what prepares the ground for what comes next. Stay anchored in this moment. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The story is approaching a point of movement, but it will not rush. What follows will emerge naturally from what has already been understood. Nothing here is accidental anymore. The next phase will feel quiet, but its impact will be lasting. When things finally shift again, you will recognize that this chapter was not a pause, but a foundation. And foundations, once set, determine everything that can be built above them. My beloved child, this chapter arrives like a final alignment, where nothing feels out of place anymore. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The sense of completion you feel is not an ending, it is readiness crystallized. What once demanded attention now holds steady without effort. The questions that circled for so long have found their answers quietly, without applause. This is the moment when clarity becomes comfortable, when understanding no longer strains to be understood. Everything that mattered has settled into its rightful position. Now feel the certainty deepen. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This phase is not about adding more meaning, but about trusting the meaning that is already clear. The story has shed its excess weight. Only what is essential remains. Every signal aligns, every pause makes sense, every earlier hesitation reveals its purpose. This is where direction stops being chosen and starts being recognized. The path ahead feels obvious not because it is easy, but because it is true. Hold this awareness gently. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next movement will not surprise you, it will confirm you. When the story advances, it will do so with a calm authority that leaves no room for doubt. This chapter exists to lock in understanding, to ensure that when change arrives, it is welcomed rather than questioned. And when you look back, you will know this was the moment when everything finally aligned, when readiness replaced waiting, and the future began to move with quiet, unstoppable intention. My beloved child, this chapter opens with a stillness that feels intentional, as if the story itself has slowed to let meaning catch up. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The calm you feel now is not emptiness, it is balance. Everything that once felt unresolved has reached a point of quiet agreement. This is the phase where nothing needs to be proven anymore. The weight has shifted from wondering to knowing, from waiting to being prepared. What matters now is not what was felt before, but what is clearly understood in this moment. Notice how the energy no longer pulls you forward or backward. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. It holds you right where you are, asking for presence rather than reaction. This is where meaning becomes steady enough to support what comes next. No emotion here is wasted. No pause is empty. Every second is doing its work beneath the surface. This is not delay. It is precision. When alignment reaches this stage, it does not rush, because rushing would weaken what is being formed. Remain here, attentive and grounded. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The story is preparing to move again, but it will do so with confidence, not urgency. What follows will feel natural because it was shaped in this stillness. Later, when everything unfolds, you will recognize that this chapter was essential. Not dramatic, not loud, but decisive. This was the moment where clarity became stable, where understanding stopped shifting, and where the future quietly positioned itself to move forward without hesitation. My beloved child, this chapter breathes with quiet certainty, the kind that no longer needs reassurance. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What you feel now is not suspense, it is recognition settling in. The story has reached a place where nothing is chasing you anymore. Instead, it stands beside you, steady and clear. The tension that once demanded answers has softened into knowing. This is the moment when understanding feels natural, almost effortless, because it has finally been accepted without resistance. Now notice how time itself feels different. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is no rush here, only readiness. This is where intention becomes firm, where the meaning of everything that happened before aligns into one clear direction. Silence no longer feels heavy, it feels deliberate. Each pause carries structure. Each still moment strengthens what is forming beneath the surface. This is the phase where clarity matures, no longer fragile, no longer uncertain. It stands on its own, confident and unshaken. Stay present for this closing movement. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What follows this chapter will feel simple, almost obvious, yet its impact will be lasting. The story is no longer building tension, it is preparing release. When the next shift arrives, it will not ask for permission. It will unfold naturally, supported by everything understood here. And when you look back, you will realize this chapter was not about waiting at all. It was about becoming ready, fully, quietly, and without doubt. For what was always meant to come next. My beloved child, this chapter arrives with a sense of inevitability, as if the story itself knows it cannot stay still any longer. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What you feel now is the quiet pressure of truth preparing to move. Nothing is uncertain here anymore. The understanding you carry has reached its full shape, solid and undeniable. This is the moment when awareness stops observing and begins to stand ready. The air feels different because something has already decided to change, even if it hasn't shown itself yet. Now watch how everything seems to narrow into focus. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Distractions fall away, and only what truly matters remains. This is not tension, it is alignment tightening into purpose. Every earlier pause now reveals why it was necessary. Nothing was delayed by mistake. This is where meaning becomes directional, where clarity no longer reflects on the past but points firmly toward what comes next. When understanding reaches this stage, it stops asking questions and starts carrying answers forward. Stay with this feeling of readiness. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The story is standing on the edge of motion, and the next step will feel natural, almost obvious. No announcement will be made. No signal will flash. Movement will simply begin. And when it does, you will recognize that this chapter was the final preparation, the moment when everything inside you aligned perfectly with what was about to unfold. This is not the end of the story. This is the point where it finally becomes real. My beloved child, this chapter carries the quiet certainty of a door already unlocked. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What you're sensing now is momentum without noise, the subtle pull forward that comes after every truth has been faced. There is no resistance left here, no inner argument. The story has reached a state where understanding no longer shifts, it holds. This is the calm confidence that appears right before movement becomes visible. Nothing needs to be proven anymore. Everything necessary is already in place. Feel how the focus sharpens without effort. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This phase is not emotional, it is intentional. The past has done its work and released its grip. What remains is direction, clean, precise, undeniable. Every earlier signal now reads like preparation rather than confusion. This is where clarity becomes functional, where it stops being an idea and starts guiding action. The story is no longer collecting meaning, it is ready to apply it. Remain steady in this readiness. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next movement will not interrupt your life, it will integrate into it seamlessly. When it arrives, it will feel familiar, as if you've been walking toward it for a long time without realizing. This chapter exists to bridge knowing and doing, awareness and outcome. And when the story advances, you'll understand that this was the exact moment where everything aligned so completely that change could finally move forward without hesitation. My beloved child, this chapter unfolds with a quiet assurance that nothing can turn back now. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What you feel is not anticipation, it is certainty preparing to express itself. The story has reached a point where inner readiness meets outer timing. Everything that once needed patience has received it. This is the moment when understanding no longer watches from a distance, but steps forward with confidence. The calm you sense is powerful because it comes after every doubt has already been answered. Now notice how the future feels closer than before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This phase carries a forward pull that cannot be ignored. Nothing dramatic announces it, yet everything responds to it. The pieces that once seemed separate now move as one. This is not a reaction, it is alignment in motion. When clarity begins to act, it does so quietly, with precision. This is where intention becomes visible through direction, where meaning starts shaping reality instead of reflecting on it. Stay grounded here. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The story is no longer paused, it is transitioning. What follows will feel natural because it has been prepared for so long. This chapter exists to confirm that readiness is complete. When the next step appears, it will not feel sudden, it will feel right. And later, when everything has unfolded, you will recognize this moment as the final calm before forward motion took over, the point where awareness transformed fully into momentum and the path ahead became impossible to avoid.